The 2022 Winter Olympics are coming to a close in Beijing this weekend. The Games presented several challenges, including how to deal with COVID-19 and other safety concerns, as well as diplomatic boycotts. And joining me now is Rishabh Jain, reporter for the Associated Press. Rishabh, welcome. Great to see you. You're currently in Beijing right now. Tell us what it's like as the Games are coming to a close.
As the Games are coming to a close, really, we're prepared for a massive closing ceremony. China is supposed to go all out with a grand celebration and huge fireworks. Obviously, doping has marred the Winter Games once again, and a lot of pressure was put on 15-year-old Kamila Valieva, the Russian figure skater, who was all set to win the gold but could not finished on the fourth spot. As the Games come to an end, we still have 2 days of exciting games, which will determine who finishes second and third, while it looks like Norway is definitely on top.
Rishabh, I want to go back to the Russian figure skater, the 15-year-old, as you mentioned before. I know her latest performance on the ice actually raised a lot of eyebrows, especially what happened afterwards. Talk to us about that.
Clearly, we could see everyone from the Russian figure skating team was very, very emotional. You could get a sense of the pressure that Valieva was under. She's only 15 years old, and we saw her fall twice. Despite her being the running contender for gold, everyone sort of came out crying from the Russian team at the end of that event. Turusova, who finished second, was extremely emotional, made some comments which have gone viral since. However, they were still able to snag the first and second positions, though the doping scandal is something that is not going to leave the Russian Olympic Committee anytime soon. And the onus now really is on the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, to decide what they do to deter athletes from doping at the pinnacle of sports.
Okay, let's move along then. On a more positive note, are there any other athletes whose performances were surprising to you?
Chinese figure skating pair Sui Beijing and Han Chan have broken the world record. They've set a record of 84.41 points in the pair figure skating contest, really driving home the advantage that China has had. China, in fact, has bettered their total of gold medals from 1 in Pyeongchang in 2018 to 8 already, with more games to come. So that is the highlight, really. The host country reigning in the home advantage.
And Rishabh, as we mentioned again, closing ceremonies are this weekend. Let's talk a little bit more about that and maybe what you are expecting to see.
Well, we're all expecting to see a very grand closing ceremony, much like everything else here at the 2022 Beijing Olympics. China is set to go all out with celebrations and fireworks, much like at the opening ceremony. And there's going to be a sense of relief in athletes and other participants who've been abiding by this strict bubble that was created to prevent any major outbreak of COVID-19. They're going to be relieved that they can now go back home and just be outside of the loop. And if the pandemic persists, really, China has shown the world how a major sporting event can be held during such dark times.
Okay, we have just a few minutes left. Wondering if you could just give us your final thoughts on this year's Winter Olympics.
The Winter Olympics have been marred with controversy. Really, the doping controversy took over the Olympics for a couple of weeks. We've seen a lot of inclusion as well. Black skier from USA winning the top spot and her teammates stepping down so she can compete. It really has been an Olympics which has set the tone for more inclusion in winter sports, something that has been traditionally dominated by European countries.
Okay, we'll leave it right there. Thank you so much for your time today, Rishabh. We appreciate it.
Thank you.